We are ready for the Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. Spitzahl hoch und ab geht's. Attacke. Dramatic start.
Das ist doch Autorennen.
So much action.
Das ist doch geil, oder?
Absolutely glued together. Three abreast.
Das ist ganz hohe Fahrkurs.
Round the outside and he spins. The summer break is over. We are heading rapidly towards the halfway point of season 2023 for Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. We are in Germany under the shadow of Nuerburgring Castle. The clouds have broken. I'm pleased to say the rain has gone away for the moment. Air temperature, it's a nippy 16 degrees centigrade. Track is a similar temperature as well. There's a big crowd in here. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Nuerburgring season 2023. We are getting ready for race 7 of a 16 race season for Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. Tomorrow will be race 8, and then we will already be at the halfway point of the season. A season that has been very dramatic indeed, but it is very much as you were in some ways, because it's that man, Larry Ten Voorde, who starts on pole position. He has not finished off the podium this year. He has won 3 of the races. He's had 2 second places and a 3rd place. So Larry Ten Voorde continues to break the records. The most successful driver in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany, and might I add, the only driver on the grid today who has already won a race at the Nuerburgring. He knows how to do it. The records keep tumbling when that man there takes to the wheel and he starts on pole position. But alongside him, the latest winner in Porsche Mobil 1 Super Cup. Boy, was that emotional last weekend at Spa-Francorchamps. He was pressured all of the way by Bastian Buus, but he took his first win in Porsche Mobil 1 Super Cup. Maurice Schöring, the man on the crest of a wave, and just looking at him in practice and qualifying today, already he has a newfound confidence, and he could be the man who takes the fight to Larry Ten Voorde. But keep an eye on the man who starts 3rd on the grid. He is 2nd in the championship. He's only 28 points adrift of Larry Ten Voorde. Harry King for Allied Racing from Great Britain. He has been something of a sensation. He won on his debut in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. Now that takes some doing. He has been very rapid in every race, and he has finished either on the podium or 4th place, and that 4th place has been the worst that he has finished in any race this season. Harry King is a man on the ascendancy. You saw Leon Köhler, we welcome him back to the grid in 2023, and you see Bastian Buus, the Porsche Junior, another driver who had an emotional win in Mobil 1 Super Cup. That was at the Red Bull Ring after an epic battle with Larry Ten Voorde. Alex Tauscher also towards the front of the grid, starting in 6th place. Great to see Alex back at the front of the grid. He has been so improved this year, but has had an awful lot of bad luck. Can you believe 8th place at Hockenheim has been his best result of the season so far? But he is in a great position to improve on that here at the Nürburgring this weekend. You can see the cars are on the grid. It is absolute silence at the moment. It's so eerie when the cars are just sat there with the engines off, waiting for that command, and in just a few moments, 32 Porsche 911 cars, the 992 generation cars, will burst into life and start on their formation lap. It will be a 30-minute race here at the Nürburgring using the sprint circuit. It's a circuit that is 3.629 kilometers around. 11 turns, 4 to the left and 7 to the right. The cars now burst into life, and we will be very shortly starting on that formation lap for race 7 of the season. So many good drivers, and you can see there psyching himself up in the car. Larry Ten Voorde getting ready to lead them away on this critical lap. We think it's going to stay dry. That might not be the case for tomorrow's race. The forecast looking pretty grim here at the Nuerburgring. The weather always a bit of a headline. We have a guest driver on the grid. We welcome Felix Hersiger in the number 33 car, driving for Team Sorg Rennsport. And they are a team who are just dipping their toe in the water here in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. We hope we're going to see them next year as a part of this series. That would be very good as well. So the cars now start on their formation lap. This is a critical lap. Time to get heat into the tyres and into the brakes. Tyre warmers are not permitted in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. So it is an important lap just to get everything up to temperature, because this will be a clutch start, a standing start for this race, and they need to be ready to go once they get back to the line. So there is Maurice Schöring, Harry King, Leon Köhler, Bastian Boos, Alex Tauscher and Luke Hartog, who you saw just coming round there as well. This is your grid. Larry Tenforder with Maurice Schöring, an all-Dutch front row of the grid. On row 2, we have Harry King and Leon Köhler. Oh, here we go again. Right, here we go. It's Larry Tenforder and Maurice Schöring. Prompt, please. And the Dutch front row has Harry King on Leon Köhler behind them. On row 3 of the grid, it is Bastian Boos and Alex Tauscher. Great qualifying from both of them. On row 4, Luke Hartog, a bit of work to do from there. He encountered traffic. And Alex Vack, another first-time winner this year in the Mobil 1 Super Cup. Australia's Harry Jones and Great Britain's Adam Smalley. Great to have Adam back here, the Porsche Carrera Cup Great Britain Championship leader. Vincent Andronacco and Hoop van Eindhoven occupy row 6. And on row 7, Theo Overhaus, the young sensation, with Gisela Cordial alongside him. That's a potent row. Ariel Levy and Luca Rettenbacher occupy row 8. Ariel Levy won in the Benelux Series at Zandvoort. Yassin Ferrati celebrated his 20th birthday on Wednesday alongside Zoran Spreng, Jan Seifert and the guesting Felix Hersiger, doing well to put it on row 10 of the grid. Jonas Greif and Janis Stiak, the youngest driver on the grid, are on row 11. And on row 12, Sebastian Freeman and Ahmad Al-Shihab in the Pro-Am category. Horst Felix Felbermeier and Matteo Ferrer-Azza line up on row 13. And on row 14, Tim Stender has Diego Stifter for company. Row 15 of the grid, it's Michael Essmann and Georgi Donchev. He rolled it here last year. We'll be looking to not repeat that here in this race. Kai Pfister and Holger Harmsen bringing up the rear of the pack. It is an action-packed grid, so much talent. We have the Rookie Championship and the Pro-Am Championship also to think about. Our leading rookie driver, Harry Jones, lines up 9th on the grid. Our leading Pro-Am driver is Zoran Spreng, and he lines up 18th on the grid. Leading the championship in the Pro-Am category, Georgi Donchev leads by just 2 points from Zoran Spreng, and Theo Overhaus leads the Rookie Championship by 12 from Harry Jones. So the last few cars now coming to a rest on the grid, and we get clearance to say that we are ready to go racing. We're going to have our eyes on the lights. The summer break is over. It's flat out to the end of the season for race 7 for Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. It's Larry Tenforder who steps off pole position. A really good start from him. Harry King alongside Maurice Schöring into the downhill section of turn 1. Schöring locking up Harry King, kind of anticipating that, going deep into the corner. Larry Tenforder leads the way. Harry King into second place. The rest of the cars coming round that tricky first corner, but already Larry Tenforder opening up a lead. Maurice Schöring and Harry King just getting together. Leon Köhler in there as well, as is Alex Tauscher. It's a very narrow, windy part of the track, just keeping it all together. Larry Tenforder, though, has already disappeared off into the distance. Looks like Maurice Schöring getting hung out to dry a little bit. Harry King into second, Leon Köhler into third, Alex Tauscher into fourth. Luke Hartog's had a good start as well. He's up into 5th place. The rest of the cars comes through in a single file into that corner, but it's a crowd that funnels into the corner, and it's Larry Tenforder. What a start he's got. That's Bastian Boos going wide. He keeps it out of the gravel trap. Doesn't look as though he's damaged the splitter. The safety car is out. So clearly there is an issue out on track. I can't see any cars that are not moving, but oh yes, we do. Theo Overhaus, our leading rookie driver, the driver who is leading the rookie championship into the fence. And that is such a shame. He has been something of a sensation this year, but he's into the fence. Safety car is out. And that looks like that's been quite an impact. You can see, I think maybe a lot of that fluid might have come out of the actual tyre barrier. It's been raining here on and off over the last few days. So the cars are brought to a slower pace. The electric Porsche Taycan Turbo S safety car with a livery to celebrate 75 years of Porsche sports cars joins the track, and that big gap that Larry Tenford had, he built up about 1.5 seconds. Now, the incident between Theo Overhaus and Vincent Andronacco is under investigation. So clearly it was Andronacco who got involved there. At least that's what the stewards are thinking. So they're going to be taking a look at that. And the Theo Overhaus car has made a big impact with the barrier. And that's Adam Smalley into the pits. So clearly an issue there for Adam. And that is such a shame. Just talking to him a few moments ago, he is such a rapid driver, but he just said, I keep getting caught up in other people's accidents. And Adam, who is so dominant in the Porsche Carrera Cup Great Britain Series, has been a wonderful addition here in Carrera Cup Germany as a guest driver. But you can see all is not well in the number 66 car. Right, let's have another look here. That's Andronacco in the green and blue car that we saw getting away. Theo Overhaus was behind him. We see him moving to the inside. I'm just looking back to see if we can see anything that might have occurred. This is into turn one. Look, Hartog on the wide outside, made good progress at the start. There's Overhaus. And into the corner we come. They're all kind of funneling in. And there's Overhaus on the inside. I can't see anything there at the moment. A lot of drivers locking up. That corner is quite a steep drop. You don't get the perspective of that so much on TV, but I ran down that last night, and it is quite a drop into that turn one. Now, there is Theo Overhaus in the red and silver car. This is the view on board with Harry Jones, and that was Andronacco, and it looked like he got into Andronacco, so Andronacco went spinning, and Overhaus also off into the barrier. You can see it there. Yasin Ferrati might have been involved in that as well. So, Vincent Andronacco pointing the wrong way. And it looks as though it might have been a tap from Harry Jones that set that one off. Some great camera angles there from our production team. Thank you for that, because that's given us a real insight as to what might have occurred. Vincent Andronacco did well not to be collected by the charging pack behind him. So this is the view on board with Overhaus. It looks like he was probably an innocent victim in all of this. You see him to the inside of Smalley. So Smalley clearly involved in this as well. And there is Smalley, oof, dearie me, you can hear the thump there, and ooh, into the barrier. It didn't look like too heavy an impact for Theo Overhaus, but enough to put him out of the race. Looking back from Leon Köhler, Alex Tauscher, there's Hartog on the outside as well, the outside that became the inside. And there is Harry King. There was an awful lot of rubbing going on in that first few corners. A lot of drivers seeing it as an opportunity to make up places while the field is packed together. The incident has now been changed to an investigation between Harry Jones and Vincent Andronacco. There is Theo Overhaus out of the car. Pleased to see he's okay. Such a shame. He's had such a monumental debut here in the Carrera Cup Germany Series. Is that Smalley's car? Yes, it is. And well, it doesn't look like that's going to be taking any further part in the race here today. Into the pits, and a retirement for Adam Smalley. He was only called up to actually drive that car earlier on this last week. Proton Competition gave him the call and said, look, we need you here this weekend. And he's really chuffed to be in what is recognised as the toughest Carrera Cup series in the world, the Carrera Cup Germany Series. Great experience, but it's another non-finish for Adam Smalley, and he's getting a bit fed up with these non-finishes, I think. This is inside Theo Overhaus's car. We did have him with a camera hoping to get the great shots, but clearly the only great shots we're getting is of how the marshals can manoeuvre it out of the barrier and get it back to the pits. It's fairly well buried in there. They've managed to just give it that push. Go on, you can do it. There we go. Big push and the 34 car and get it back to the pit so the team can work on it. It looked initially like it had been quite a big impact, but you can see actually not that much damage to the car. I think a lot of the fluid that you can see was from the tyre barrier, which was full of water, and when the car hit it, it just ejected all the water into the runoff area. Now they're going to drag it back, having removed it from the barrier. They'll drag it back, and we will be back racing very, very shortly. So Theo Overhaus, who won in category 3 times in a row in the races 2, 3 and 4 of the season. He got a 3rd on his debut in Spa-Francorchamps, 3rd in category, 7th overall. Didn't have the best of times at Zandvoort, but has been something of a revelation. Well, we knew he'd be good. We've seen him in other classes. We saw him in GT4, he's been in DTM, and we knew he was going to be good when he joined Carrera Cup Germany. Right, you can see, safety car is coming into the pits this time around. So Larry Tenforder now back in the pack up. This is a bit of a gift for Harry King because Tenforder had got away a little bit. Maurice Schering, who'd started on the outside front row, is down into 6th place, so not a great first lap for him. So he's got a bit of work to do from there. Keep an eye on Luke Hartog. He was frustrated having got caught up in traffic during his qualifying run yesterday. So he'll be there as well. You can see them sliding around the chicane. Larry Tenforder already has his foot on the accelerator. Harry King has not anticipated it especially well. He's looking vulnerable to Leon Köhler here. Of course, these cars all absolutely identical apart from setup. Along the pit straight towards turn 1, Leon Köhler having a little look to the inside of Harry King. King moves across to block him, but taking that very tight line into turn 1, the big downhill section, and then it's uphill again around to turn 2. Rest of the cars, and that's Gisela Cordier, who's sent spinning into the barriers, and he's kept it. Well, he's not in the barriers. He's bounced out, back out again. Now, can he keep it going, or are we going to see another safety car? So Gisela Cordier in the number 27 car has sent spinning. Now, whether he can get this going or not remains to be seen. If he can't, we're going to have the safety car back out again. So, awful lot of contact in the opening stages of this race. The rest of the cars settling down into single file is Larry Tenforder, who last time across the timing beam was leading Harry King by about half a second, but I think he's extended that. We can see he's extended that a bit. Rest of the cars are coming through, and the good bit is that Cordier has got the car going, so no safety car required. It'll be interesting to see what happened to him. That will be investigated by our stewards, I've no doubt. Right, some great camera angles here. Now, look like a big lock-up into the corner. And we've got a camera in the bollard on the corner here for this weekend. How good is that? And it's a little tag. Was that from one of the Scherer sports cars? But into the fence went Gisela Cordier. And the stewards are going to be taking a look at that as well. So Cordier into the fence. I'm wondering if it might have been Harry Jones who was involved. Yes, it was. We can see from the perspective on board, it was Harry Jones who has been in the wars this weekend, or this race, and we are only 10 minutes into the race, and he seems to have been involved in a couple of incidents already. Gisela Cordier is able to rejoin, but obviously at the back of the pack. It doesn't look as though he's done too much damage to the car. But any opportunities to score points today are well and truly over, I would say. So the race continues. Larry Tenforder leading by 9/10 of a second from Harry King. Leon Köhler in 3rd place. Luke Hartog up into 4th place. Alex Tauscher in 5th. Maurice Schering in 6th. Bastian Boos, after that moment, an uncharacteristic moment for Bastian Boos, in 7th, ahead of Alex Fack. Huub van Eindhoven, he had a disappointing qualifying ahead of Harry Jones. So despite all the traumas, Harry Jones is the leading rookie driver. Our leading Pro-Am driver is Zoran Spreng. He's down in 15th place overall. The view on board with Bastian Boos as he tries to work his way back up through the pack. Overtaking opportunities are not that many here at the Nuerburgring. Into turn one is recognised as the best opportunity. You can see from the graphic there, Huub van Eindhoven made up 3 places, as did Lurk Hartog. Jan Seifert made up 6 places at the start of the race, and Georgi Donchev, beg your pardon, up 7 places. Now Bastian Boos getting stuck in, and there's that Maurice Schöring smoking the tyres, and Alex Tauscher as well. So Bastian Boos working hard to find his way back up through the pack as Alex Fack, that is behind him. So Bastian Boos now with Alex Tauscher, and Alex Tauscher just saying no thank you very much. Bastian Boos maybe giving him a bit of a hurry up. Now to the inside of him, Alex Tauscher just holding on to that racing line. So Alex Tauscher, who is in 6th place, Bastian Boos, who is in 7th. And a great view from the perspective of Bastian Boos into Alex Tauscher. You can see confirmation that Gisela Cordeil and Harry Jones are under investigation by our race steward. I think they've got quite a bit of video to be working through at the start of this race. No doubt about the leader, though. Larry Ten Forder leading the way. An incident between Alex Tauscher and Maurice Schöring has been noted. That was where we saw the smoking tyres on Maurice Schöring's car. So another incident for the stewards to be looking at. But Harry King now stretching his legs. Now this is Bastian Boos. He looks to the inside of Alex Tauscher into turn one. Heavy braking here, a bit of a bump on the braking spot. Tucking it in, and Bastian Boos, well, that's a very solid move from him to the inside of Alex Tauscher. Yasin Ferrati in there as well, trying to follow through on his coattails. And to the inside of Alex Tauscher, it is actually Alex Fack, I beg your pardon, in the identical Fack Autotech car. So Alex Fack, who is now challenging Alex Tauscher for position as well. So Bastian Boos and Tauscher and Fack all running absolutely together. Meanwhile, Harry Jones is watching it all from further back. Ahead of him is Huub van Eindhoven and Alex Fack. And there is Huub van Eindhoven just looking to the outside. No further action between Tauscher and Schöring. So the stewards have had a look at that and decided there is nothing to be awarded in terms of penalties. So lots of fighting for position further down the pack. It's Larry Ten Forder from Harry King, Leon Köhler, Lurk Hartog, 4th place ahead of Maurice Schöring. And then Bastian Boos and Alex Tauscher. Those are positions that have been fought so heavily. Then Alex Fack, Huub van Eindhoven, Harry Jones and Ariel Levy in 11th place. Another driver who was very disappointed with his qualifying performance. Just went the wrong way on car setup and ended up qualifying mid-pack. He's won in the Porsche Carrera Cup Benelux at Zandvoort last time out, so very much on the ascendancy. But now Ariel Levy looking at Harry Jones in that 10th place, taking a look to the inside. And not finding a route at the moment, but Ariel Levy, he is a man who is really finding some form this year, but now coming under pressure from Luca Rettenbacher. So that move he tried to make on Harry Jones, it didn't stick, and Luca Rettenbacher comes sailing through on the inside. So the fighting continues. Ariel Levy trying to come back, trying to move back into that top 10. Luca Rettenbacher holding on to that position, holding on to the racing line. The smoke in the background, don't be alarmed. That's something else that is using part of the Grand Prix circuit out the side here at the Nuerburgring. So Larry Ten Forder leading 1.5 seconds over Harry King. We are focusing very much on the battle for 11th place between Luca Rettenbacher and Ariel Levy. There is Larry Ten Forder. Harry King in a solid 2nd place, but not really making inroads. 3rd place looking very much up for grabs. Leon Köhler and Lurk Hartog ahead of Maurice Schöring. So those 3 cars running together. Then a gap back to Bastian Boos after that early mistake where he ran wide. Now pushing forwards, trying to make up positions. Alex Tauscher still doing a good job in 7th place. Alex Fack in 8th place ahead of Huub van Eindhoven and Harry Jones. Harry Jones still our leading rookie. So Luca Rettenbacher as the man who has been on the move in that last lap. So we are already past the halfway point of the race. And Maurice Schöring and Lurk Hartog, the 2 Dutch drivers who are running together on the track, and Scheuring now trying to put the heat on the number 24 car. So our leading Pro-Am driver, still Zoran Spreng, in 16th place. Things just settling down a bit now, and the car's running in single file. Let's have a look at a replay here. That's Alex Tauscher in the number 13 car, and that is debris going flying. Did that fall off the Alex Tauscher car? There's so much contact here that it could have been from another car, or it could have been actually off Alex's car. Out of the Vidal chicane, turns 9 and 10. That's part of the track that has attracted the attention of the stewards for track limits during free practice and qualifying. The drivers are now very much respecting that. Here comes Larry Tenforder, our race leader. He's won 26 races in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany, and he is looking to make that 27. The most successful driver in the history of Porsche Carrera Cup Germany, leading the way from pole position here at the Nuerburgring. Further back, though, the fighting is ongoing. Alex Tauscher now under pressure from Alex Fack. Alex Fack, who gained so much confidence winning in the Porsche Mobil 1 Super Cup race at Silverstone, and it was a victory that has seen him really boost his confidence. And now the number 8 car moves up a position. He's up into 7th place. Alex Tauscher down into 8th, and under pressure from Huub van Eindhoven. Harry Jones there as well is Luca Rettenbacher. Luca Rettenbacher, who has been looking very rapid over these last few laps, closing in on that battle in front of him. So that was Alex Tauscher, I think, locking up into turn 1, and that was a massive lock-up for him. And those tyres are going to have a very big flat spot on them. There'll be a lot of vibration coming from them. So Alex Tauscher, that corner, the turn 1, is very, very tricky, and you can see that Tauscher just ducks down low, takes a different line, and Alex Fack in front of him, continuing on in that 7th place. Across the line we come once again. Larry Tenforder, Harry King, Leon Köhler, Luke Hartog, Maurice Scheuring back up to 5th place after a difficult opening lap. Alex Tauscher now looking under pressure from Huub van Eindhoven. Look at that lock-up, and you can see there is damage to the car. We saw the debris flying off it earlier. The car is clearly not handling. He completely missed the chicane there. Under braking, locking up. That was into turn 9. It goes into the runoff area. So clearly some massive handling issues with the number 13 car, and he'll be pleased to get the next 11 minutes out of the way. There is a 10-second time penalty that has been awarded to Harry Jones for causing a collision. I don't know which one it was, because he's been involved in several dramas in this race, but Harry Jones receives a 10-second time penalty. So Harry, who is currently running in 10th place, will have 10 seconds added to his time. You can see him there. We're riding on board with Harry Jones, but that 10 seconds is going to drop him an awful long way back, because the cars are running very much together on track at the moment. So 10 seconds, which will be added after the race, and that will move Jacek Ferrati to be the leading rookie driver. He's currently in 14th place overall, but that 10 seconds will move Harry Jones behind him. So you can see from your graphic on the screen the distances from the leaders back, and here we see again Harry Jones on the outside of Huub van Eindhoven. There's Luca Rettenbacher in the background as well. Really elbows out racing here in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany here at the Nuerburgring. Larry Tenforder is stabilised about 2.4 seconds ahead of Harry King. And Leon Köhler back in 3rd place, but that is by no means signed and sealed, because Luke Hartog, he really wants to make up. He was a points champion heading into his home race at Zandvoort, but he did not have the best of times. He had a 5th place and an 11th place. And there we go, confirmation, the most successful driver in Carrera Cup Deutschland with 26 wins, the only driver on the grid who has already won at the Nuerburgring. As mentioned at the beginning of our broadcast, Larry Tenforder, he takes records and he just continues to extend them. And looking for his 27th race win in the series here at the Nuerburgring this weekend. It's his teammate, who's Luke Hartog, who was the points leader coming into his home race at Zandvoort and looking to make up for what was a really, really poor weekend for him in front of his home crowd. And that is Larry Tenforder using the chicane curbs, clipping the bollard slightly and just extracting everything he can out of the car. We reckon we need to be measuring altitude. Some of the air these cars are getting over the Vido chicane in turns 9 and 10. And they build them strong at Porsche. Larry Tenforder, though, he knows exactly how much he can extract out of the car, and he leads the way. That queue of cars behind Leon Köhler is starting to extend. So Maurice Schöring has caught up with Luke Hartog. Bastian Buus is in there as well, as is Alex Fatt. And they are all going to be fighting for the last of the podium positions. You can see that Maurice Schöring at the Spa-Francorchamps race last weekend for the Porsche Mobil 1 Super Cup. He was the youngest race winner of the race winner ever in Porsche Mobil 1 Super Cup, and he is a driver very much on the ascendancy in Porsche racing. Lots of confidence, hasn't been able to turn his outside front row start into what is looking like a podium at the moment, but we've still got 7.5 minutes of this race remaining as we home in on the FAC Autotech car of Alex Fack, and you can see how close these drivers are getting. So, a little over 7 minutes remaining of this race, plus 1 lap. Larry Tenforder, 2.87 is the gap between first and second. Then it's Harry King, a solid second place, a driver who is just picking up the points consistently in every race and keeping himself well in the championship hunt. But who can catch Larry Tenforder, the man on a mission? Bastian Buus, after that earlier mistake, down in 6th place at the moment. Alex Fack with him, and there is a replay of Bastian Buus to the inside of Maurice Schöring. Earlier on, you can see Maurice Schöring having to take the avoiding action, and Bastian Buus to the inside. This was into turn 1, and Schöring goes to turn in. He sees the Allied Racing number 99 car there, ducks back out of it. This is the view from on board with Bastian Buus. You can see how deep he went into the corner. And I think Bastian, just get the feeling that he's getting a little bit, well, frustrated, certainly by the start of the race, and now pushing his way forwards up into 5th place. So making good progress, and Maurice Schöring down into that 6th place. Here comes Larry Tenforder once again to complete another lap, looking in a class of his own at the moment, it has to be said. Not really looking to be challenged, but is that on the chicane? So Larry Tenforder did miss the chicane and go straight on into the runoff area. So not exactly having the cruise that he wants. So Larry Tenforder, that's up at the turns 9 and 10, the Vido chicane, getting it wrong under braking. He's still in the lead. There's been no crime committed that I can see, and so he still leads the way. So Larry Tenforder not exactly resting on his laurels and just having a Saturday morning drive here in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. Harry King, we have no doubt at all, will be keeping the pressure on as much as he can. And Luke Hartog continues to put the pressure onto Leon Köhler. It's great to have Leon Köhler back in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. He's returned for the first time since 2021. He's a 3-times winner, and he's looking to improve on 3rd place in the championship. That's a position he's had twice, and he sees this very much as unfinished business. And this is looking like one of his best races of the season so far, certainly if things finish as they are. And there is Luke Hartog also going straight on at the chicane. So the tyres are getting tired, the brakes are getting tired, and these drivers at that chicane, which catches so many people out, starting to struggle a little bit. There's still a little over 4 minutes plus 1 lap remaining, but you can see how tough it is out there as these drivers are pushing so hard. Look, Hartog trying to get himself on the podium, trying to stop the move backwards through the points charts that he's had over the last couple of races, and looking very rapid indeed as he challenges Leon Köhler. It's the battle for third place. Köhler in the number 77 green and black car, and there is Loic Hartog in the number 24 orange and black GP Elite Porsche. But behind them, Bastian Buus is closing in. Bastian Buus, I think if we can see him, he's probably got steam coming out of his ears. He looks like he's really on a mission, trying to push forwards. He has not discounted the chance to get a podium yet. Bastian Buus now closing in on that third place battle. Maurice Schöring has fallen back from that fight. So the third place battle really between those 3 cars that you can see now. Leon Köhler at the front of that queue. And here we are at the chicane. That was Loic Hartog going straight on. You can see Harry King coming through and taking the chicane. Loic Hartog going into the runoff area. And that's Harry Jones locking up big time, a massive lock-up into the chicane as well. He too taking to the escape road. Hoop van Eindhoven was ahead of him. Of course, if any advantage is gained from that, they will be penalised. The stewards have had a look at Larry Ten Voorde skipping the chicane, and they've looked at it and said there was no advantage gained. Well, they said he's actually given back any advantage he might have gained. So Larry Ten Voorde, an experienced pilot who has almost certainly just backed out of it for a lap just to give back any advantage he might have gained for going straight on at the chicane, and he continues to lead his way. But Loic Hartog, well, the tyres are clearly getting very tired. Now Bastian Buus is putting the pressure on. That's allowing Leon Köhler to break away. Suddenly, third place looking a whole lot more secure for Köhler, and Loic Hartog in fourth place, suddenly, having been attacking the number 77 car, is having to defend hard from Bastian Buus. So Bastian Buus pressuring Loic Hartog. Would dearly love him to make the same mistake into the chicane. I should think Hartog will be very wary of that chicane next time around. So you can see, looking back at the little inset picture from Leon Köhler's car, you're looking back at the battle that we are seeing on the main screen here, and that is Loic Hartog in fourth place. Bastian Buus behind him, now with Maurice Schöring no longer a threat, quite a long way behind them. And Bastian Buus now going to be putting the pressure on for that fourth place. He's got less than a minute and a half plus 1 lap in which to do something about it. Our leading rookie driver is Harry Jones in 10th place, but remember, he has that time penalty of 10 seconds hanging over him, which will drop him down the order. Yasin Ferrati, second in the rookies. He is in 14th place. Our leading Pro-Am driver is Zoran Spreng. He is in 17th overall. Ahmed Al-Shihab, second in the Pro-Am category. He is 21st overall. So the fights are going on up and down the pack, but Larry Ten Voorde leading overall, looking for his 27th win in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. The fight for fourth place rages on. It is Loic Hartog and Bastian Buus running together out on track. And Bastian Buus looking to make up from an early mistake as he puts the pressure on. Zoran Spreng coming under pressure. Janis Stiak. So Janis Stiak making a move, the youngest driver in the field. He moves up into 17th place to Janis Stiak, who joins the series this year, to the inside of Zoran Spreng. In the background is Sebastian Framer, and that is the move for 17th place. Great stuff from Stiak, a really solid move past there. Right, here comes our race leader. Now, is he going to cross the line before we strike zero? I don't think so. The incident we just saw between Zoran Spreng and Janis Stiak is under investigation by a race steward, so they clearly think that it was some issue that occurred between them there, and it wasn't just a clean overtaking move. You can see that we're on to the final lap because Larry Ten Voorde didn't cross the line before the clock struck zero. Now Bastian Buus to the inside of Loic Hartog. Hartog goes out wide into the corner. Bastian Buus goes even wider under brake, and the two cars bouncing off each other. You see debris flying, the two running side by side. Loic Hartog trying to fight back. Bastian Buus glances at the mirror, but he's he steals the position away. Luke Hartog down into fifth place, sliding the car around the corner. He'll be frustrated by that. So, bit of contact between the two cars. They have fought each other many times over the last couple of years in Carrera Cup Germany. Hartog trying to come back. It's the final lap of the race. Smoking the tyres. Luke Hartog now falling back into the clutches of Morris Schering behind them. So, it is Bastian Boos who moves up into that fourth position. And the stewards are taking a look at that. Just to remind you of the 10-second time penalty. You saw confirmation of that on your graphic for Harry Jones for causing that collision earlier on. I don't think that was another 10 seconds. I think it's just the original one that's come up. But it's Larry Tenvoorde who leads the way in this race 7 of a 16-race season. He comes out of the final turn, turn 11, out onto the pit straight. And it's Larry Tenvoorde who takes a win ahead of Harry King. And crossing the line next is Leon Köhler. 2.5 seconds is the gap, Larry Tenvoorde, between second place, Harry King. Leon Köhler in third, Bastian Boos. After that move on, Luke Hartog in fourth place, Hartog in fifth, ahead of Morris Schering, Alex Pack, Alex Tauscher, and then Huub van Eindhoven, Harry Jones, who will have 10 seconds added onto that, and then Luca Rettenbacher, Ariel Levy in 12th, ahead of Jan Seifert, Yasin Ferrati, and Horst Felix Felbermar. Great progress from him, up to 15th place from near the back of the grid. The GP Elite team, job done, solid job. That car is very fast, and in the hands of Larry Tenvoorde, it's looking to be unbeatable. The incident between Bastian Boos and Luke Hartog will be investigated after the race. That was a proper elbows out session for Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. Lots of controversy and lots of contact, and the stewards will no doubt be taking a look at that. And there'll be more videos to review. We've had now confirmation the 10 seconds has been added on to Harry Jones's time, so he drops down to 14th place and second in category. So Yasin Ferrati wins the rookie race. Zoran Spreng wins the Pro-Am race, and that will do his championship hopes a lot of good. He was second, just 2 points behind Georgi Donchev, and Donchev finishes third in category. So by my calculation, Zoran Spreng will jump to the top of the Pro-Am standings. This is another look of Hartog and Boos getting together into that turn 1. You just saw it. It was a bit of a dive bomb from Bastian Boos into turn 1. Then Hartog trying to come back as they go round, and Bastian Boos was running very wide out of the corner, tries to come back, sees Luke Hartog there as well. The two cars bouncing off each other. This is on board with Bastian Boos. You can see how deep he goes into the corner, slamming the door in the face of Luke Hartog. And then Hartog coming back, and you can see how much contact there was between them into turn 2. And, well, it doesn't take much deduction to see what Torsten van Husteren thinks about that. Team principal of GP Elite. He's pretty happy about the race winner. He might have something to say about the battle for 4th place. Luke Hartog, of course, one of his other drivers. Those are the 1, 2, 3. I don't think there's any going to be any disputing any of those. And it's Larry Tenvoorde. It is win number 27 for this driver. It'll be his 58th podium, and another win, and he extends his championship lead in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. Who can stop Larry Tenvoorde? Brilliant stuff, utterly crushing for all the people behind. Harry King, though, just to remind you, this is his debut year in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. To be this quick and to be scoring the way that he is in his first ever season in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany, well, it bodes well for the future for all Harry King fans. Leon Köhler, his best result of the season by far, with a 3rd place, and he'll be very pleased to be back on the podium once again. So the drivers rapidly heading over towards the podium. We're on a quite tight schedule here this weekend, part of the DTM package. And to the podium, the drivers will go very shortly. Here is the confirmation. Larry Tenforder ahead of Harry King, Leon Köhler, Bastian Buus and Lurk Hartog rounding out the top 5 ahead of Maurice Schöring, Alex Fack and Alex Tauscher. That might not be the end of the story. Keep an eye on the socials to see whether the stewards have any more penalties that they need to hand out. Huub van Eindhoven in 9th, ahead of Luca Rettenbach, a good drive from him, as was the case with Aro Levy. Jan Seifert, Yasin Ferrati, the leading rookie, ahead of Harry Jones, Horst Felix Feldmeier, good job from him. And also from Felix Hersiger up into 16th place. Janis Stiak, you saw him make that move on Sebastian Framert and Zoran Spreng. Spreng winning the Pro-Am race ahead of Jonas Greif, Ahmed Al-Shahab, Diego Stifter, Georgi Donchev kept it on all 4 wheels this time. Tim Stender in 24th place, Matteo Ferrer-Azar in 25th, Michael Essmann, and then Vincent Andronacco we saw in the early wars ahead of Kai Pfister, Holger Harmsen, and Gisela Cordeal in 27th place. We saw him have that moment as well. He did rejoin and finish. Theo Overhaus and Adam Smalley were the only non-classified runners having got involved in that incident on lap 1. Here is your 3rd place driver, the number 77 for Huber Racing, Christoph Huber, and that is exactly what it looks like on the face of Leon Köhler. And thumbs up, he finally gets back on the podium on his comeback year in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. Harry King for Allied Racing, Jan Kasperlik's mega team, the young chargers that he spots, and Harry King was one of them. And boy, has he put his weight behind the right person there. Harry King doing a really solid job into 2nd place. But who can stop the record-breaking Larry Tenforder for Team GP Elite? Yet another win, number 27. How far can he go this season? He extends his position at the top of the points championship. Never give up. That's exactly the case with Larry Tenforder. Whatever you throw at him, he always comes back for more. The rain held off. Well, that is great news, isn't it, here at the Nuerburgring? And we were entertained half an hour of explosive action from the drivers of the Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. So lots of notes being exchanged and conversation, and they'll be wanting to get them on to the podium as soon as possible, as we can see the cars are down there in Parc Fermé. So I think it'll be Zoran Spreng who'll jump to the top of the Pro-Am standings. Theo Overhaus was 12 points ahead of Harry Jones and Vincent Andronacco, while Jones and Andronacco and Cordeal, who was 4th in the rookie standings, beg your pardon, we'll put the bleep box on him in future. The drivers were behind Theo Overhaus in the point standings, while none of them had an especially good race. So it might be that Overhaus has got out of this one with a bit of a get-out-of-jail-free card, but he'll be looking to score some solid points tomorrow. Larry Tenforder, very gracious. I have to say, the thing about Larry, whether he wins or whether he comes 2nd or 3rd, he is always gracious and happy, and always congratulating the drivers around him. A worthy champion, the 2-time champion in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany, looking to make it 3. 2021 was his last championship, and looking very likely that 23 he could be adding to that tally. So here we go, Leon Köhler on to the podium. The trademark smile that we haven't seen for a couple of years on that podium. Leon Köhler is back for Christoph Huber's team. Harry King, the mighty Harry King, who is proving to be quite the force to be reckoned with on the 2nd step of the podium. But the man that appears to be on a completely different level, Larry Tenforder, is on the top step of the podium. A representative of GP Elite, national anthem time.
Just while we're waiting for the trophies to be announced, a message has flashed up on the timing screen that Bastian Buus has received a 1-second time penalty for overtaking off a track. Now, I believe that, looking at the time screens, that will move him back behind Loic Hartog into 5th place. I'll need to confirm that as Huri Isaac, the project manager of Porsche Sport, presents the trophies on the podium. There is Christoph Huber, always smiling, a busy man running a GT Masters as well. Huri Isaac now presenting to the 2nd place, Harry King. And yet another trophy for Harry King. He's going to need a wheelbarrow to get all these trophies home. And then to the top step of the podium, Larry Tenforder, yet another win, yet another trophy. He holds it high. The Dutch driver who is proving to be the force to be reckoned with. And Team GP Elite receiving their trophy as the winning team. The Dutch team who know how to prepare a car. And the drivers will pose for photos. There's confirmation of the championship standings. So now Larry Tenforder has basically a race win plus in hand ahead of Harry King. And he gets to do it all again tomorrow. Rumour has it that Larry Tenforder is starting that race from pole position. And I do believe the driver starting alongside him will be Bastian Buus. So it will be quite a race tomorrow because Buus and Larry Tenforder, they go back a long way fighting each other. It has been a thrilling race 7 of the season here at the Nuerburgring. Race 8 comes up tomorrow. It will be at 11:20 local time. Make sure you join us then. Who can beat Larry Tenforder? Find out whether it can be done. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.